Hello everyone, this is Paris. Welcome to BudgetHolics. Everything from budgeting to paying off debt to investing is about increasing your net worth. That's the end goal of personal finance. Making you be worth more will allow you to live more comfortably, both in the present, but most importantly, in the future. As with everything in life, financial freedom is a process, and monitoring your net worth is the best way to achieve your goals. This is not a scam, I'm not trying to sell you any product, and that's why this video is sponsored by you. If you get any value from today's video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. This helps me immensely with the YouTube algorithm, and it's a free way to support the channel. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what is your net worth and how to monitor it, and what are the advantages of monitoring your net worth. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Put simply, net worth is what you own versus what you owe. And in financial terms, this is your assets minus your liabilities. A common misconception is that net worth equals your net income, i.e. your income after you pay your taxes. This is not at all true. In fact, your income has nothing to do with your net worth. But let's see what counts as assets and what counts as liabilities. Starting with assets, the first category is cash. This includes everything in your checking accounts, your saving accounts, certificates of deposit, or savings bonds. The second is retirement savings. So if you're a US resident, this includes your 401k and your IRA, or your ISA if you're a UK resident. Thirdly, we have the current value of your investments. This includes stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cryptocurrencies, everything you own on your brokers. Thirdly, we're looking at private business ownership. Maybe you own a local business, and if that's the case, the current value of this business should be included in the assets category of your net worth. Next, we've got life insurance. Maybe you have a life insurance policy. The cash value of any life insurance policies you have counts towards your net worth. The next category is real estate. This includes your primary residence, the house you live in, a secondary or a vacation residence, and any rental properties you might have. Now, when it comes to rental properties, you're only including the current value of the property and not any rental income you're receiving from the property. If, for example, you own an apartment that's worth $100,000 and you're renting it for $1,000 a month, the value of this property is simply $100,000 and not $112,000. Lastly, you should account for any other property you have. This includes cars, motorcycles, boats, or any other vehicle, jewelry, art, and collectibles. These are all assets and they all get a positive sign. On the other part of what's called a balance sheet for a company, you have liabilities, and that's everything you owe. Liabilities have two categories. The first one is debt. Debt includes your mortgage, your auto loan, your credit card debt, your student loan, and any other debt or loan you have. The second category in liabilities includes bills due. For example, you might have an insurance premium you haven't paid or some unpaid taxes. These all count towards your liabilities. Now, I realize that that's all a bit too theoretical, so let's look at a practical example. Let's take Sam, a law school graduate, by having a look at their assets. Firstly, they own a house that's worth $200,000. They also own a car worth $35,000. and have $5,000 in their checking account and $1,000 in their savings account. They've also opened an investment account with $2,000 deposited in stocks and bonds. This means that Sam's total net worth is $243,000. You'd say that's not bad, right? But let's take a look at Sam's liabilities. Firstly, in order to buy the house, Sam had to take out a mortgage of $150,000. To buy the $35,000 car, Sam had to get an auto loan for $25,000. Sam also has a credit card debt of $5,000. And lastly, because law school is expensive, Sam took out a student loan of $120,000. So Sam's liabilities add up to $300,000. By calculating Sam's net worth, we can actually see that she has a net worth of minus $57,000. Therefore, Sam is a negative net worth individual. Now, if you find out that your net worth is negative, it shouldn't bother you. Most younger people have a negative net worth, usually because they have student loans, and any assets they own, if they own any assets, have a far lower value than what they currently owe. Although this doesn't have anything to do directly with your net worth, You should always calculate the interest rate you're paying and getting paid. For example, the interest rate on your savings account versus the interest rate of your credit card. You'll see why in a moment. Recalculating your net worth as often as you can will paint a clearer picture of where you are. The value of your house might go up while you might start repaying some of your credit card debt. And this is completely going to change the picture. Most financial professionals recommend that you recalculate your net worth every year or every quarter. However, keep in mind, I'm not a certified financial planner, and this video is for information and education purposes only. So when it comes to your net worth, the idea, simply put, is to increase your assets and reduce your liabilities. But why is this important? The first part is your everyday spending. If you're smart about it, knowing where you are in relation to your goals will allow you to readjust your spending. The simple principle here is that just because you can afford something doesn't mean you need to buy it. This is a trap that many people fall into, especially when something is on sale. What you can do is consider whether the thing you're buying is something you want or something you need. Most of your spending should go towards things you actually need, and you should also be wary of falsely rationalizing a want as a need. Although clothing is a need, that $500 Gucci belt isn't. It's just something you want. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't splurge at all and treat yourself to a gift now and then, but you should always be honest with yourself and consider whether spending this money now is worth the sacrifice of you reaching your goals later. Sometimes it is. Most of the time, it isn't. The second thing monitoring your net worth can help you with is paying off debt. If you're reviewing your assets and liabilities regularly, you can come up with a plan of how to pay off your debt. Let's say, for example, that you have a savings account that's paying a 1% interest, and you have a credit card debt that's costing you 20% interest. Depositing extra money in your savings account, assuming you already have a financial cushion of 3 to 6 months worth of income, is actually decreasing your net worth. Instead, paying off your credit card will increase your net worth in your next calculation. That's why when it comes to debt, you should always monitor how much you're paying for this debt. If you want to learn more about how to effectively combat your debt and some methods people have successfully used in the past, check out my previous video for which I leave a link here and down in the description. The third benefit of monitoring your net worth is that it can be a very positive reinforcement for you to save and invest in the future. Even if you're starting with a negative net worth, watching this figure go closer and closer to zero and then increasing can give you a mental pat in the back that you're doing the right thing. It will motivate you to work more, to save more, to invest more, assuming you don't fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation, meaning increasing your spending as your income increases or as your net worth increases. The last benefit of monitoring and increasing your net worth is you becoming a high net worth individual, or HNWI for short. This is not simply a vanity title. Now, the obvious advantage is that the more money you have, the more money you can invest, and the more money you can make by making your money work for you. The second benefit of high net worth individuals is that they have access to private equity, meaning that you can invest in the next Coinbase or the next Tesla before it goes public in the stock market. Most countries have regulations that only allow high net worth individuals with a certain minimum amount of liquid assets to invest in private equity. For example, in the United States, the minimum requirement is $1 million and the minimum investment is around $250,000. Now, liquid assets are assets that you can immediately sell and get the cash in hand. Cryptocurrency is an example of a liquid asset, whereas a house is an illiquid asset. You should also take a note of which of your assets are liquid and which of your assets are illiquid. These are the 4 main benefits of monitoring your net worth. A great tool you can use towards increasing your net worth is having a good budgeting strategy. If you want to learn more about how to budget your money, check out my previous video for which I leave a link here and down in the description. Finally, if you want an app to help you monitor your net worth and calculate how much your net worth is today, you can use the Kiplinger Net Worth Calculator. Although this is designed for US residents, you can use it from anywhere you want. Just replace the 401k with your ISA if you're in the UK, or whatever sort of retirement account you have in your country. If this video helped, please hit the like and subscribe button and share it with anyone you think might find it useful. If you're already subscribed, please do not hit the subscribe button. Until we meet again, don't stop investing. Cheers.